So when refugee families arrive in our country, they are not just navigating paperwork, they are navigating loss, loss of language, loss of familiarity, loss of extended family, loss of status, loss of the certainty that they maybe once had in their home nation. Many families carry this fear, shame, exhaustion, and anxiety about the future. And what is important for volunteers to understand is this: even when a family is receiving official services, even when they have a caseworker, even when they are technically, quote, stable on paper, they can still feel deeply alone. I have sat in many homes of families who have arrived within the last 1 or 2 years, and they have quietly said, "We are sad. Our caseworker hasn't been here in 8 months. No one has visited us." This is not a criticism of any caseworker or other organization or resettlement agency, but they do extraordinary work. They often carry enormous caseloads and they are stretched thin. But what it reveals is this: professional support does not replace relational presence. And that's our goal here, to come alongside and be that relational presence. And that is where steady presence comes in. We are not here to duplicate services. We are not here to compete with agencies. We are here to supplement, to support, and to come alongside families, offering that non-anxious presence, that steadiness that's needed. Integration is not just about employment. It's not just about documents. It's not just about school enrollment. Integration is emotional, it's spiritual, it's relational. And the greatest gift you can offer a family is more than just expertise. It's consistency. That is why we recommend at least a monthly check-ins, but I believe it would be wise to begin weekly for a month or two, especially in the early months. That rhythm can adjust over time, and you can decide accordingly. But consistency builds resilience. And when a family knows they are coming on the third Saturday, or they will call us at the beginning of the month, it stabilizes something inside them. For decreases, fear decreases when predictability increases. Scripture reminds us in 1 John 4:18 that perfect love casts out fear. And that verse does not mean fear disappears magically. It means steady, embodied love reduces the power fear has over the heart. When you show up calmly, reliably, and without panic, you become a stabilizing force. And often families do not need dramatic solutions. They need someone to sit at the table. They need someone to listen without escalating their anxiety. They need someone to cook for and to share a meal with. They need someone who will not speculate. But in one important boundary in this module: avoid rumor sharing and speculation. Do not pass along unverified information. It's, again, as I said before, it's okay to say, "I don't know." Do not amplify fear-based social media posts that you may read. Do not discuss worst-case scenarios casually. High anxiety environments spread quickly through words. Your tone matters. If you stay grounded, they will feel grounded. If you panic, they will panic. Emotional stability is contagious in both directions. Stable people create stability. So listen deeply. Let them tell their story. Let them express fear, but you do not need to intensify it. You can say things like, "We will walk through this together. You are not alone. We will take this step by step." Simple words. And even to the children, this is important, that the children know that you're there. It's powerful impact. Another deeply important component of emotional stability is sharing meals. In many cultures, hospitality is sacred. You will likely be invited to eat and offered food before you. Plan for it. Set aside time. Anticipate it. Slow down. Even if you are not hungry, take it and eat some. If you feel awkward about it, even if you quietly think that they have less than I do, I shouldn't eat their food, eat anyway. Not because you need the food, but because they need the dignity. In many cultures, offering food is not about nutrition. It's about honor. It's about respect. To refuse food repeatedly can unintentionally communicate distance and that you don't care. Accepting even a small portion communicates, "I receive your hospitality. I value our relationship. I honor your home." That shared meal may do more for emotional healing than advice given, or any program that you think would be a solution. Food slows people down. It creates space for laughter. It turns strangers into friends, and friendship eases anxiety. Isolation intensifies fear. Connection reduces it. Many families who are newer to the country, even several years, experience deep isolation. Language barriers, transportation barriers, cultural barriers, loss of community networks and support and family. You may be one of the few consistent relationships they have outside their immediate household. Do not underestimate that. You are not just visiting, you are building belonging. Another powerful practice in this module is prayer. And this is important to approach with humility and sensitivity. If you are walking alongside a Christian family, prayer together can be deeply strengthening. Short prayers, even simple prayers, and not very lengthy, but being intentional that they will understand with maybe limited English, but saying, God, thank you for this family, give them peace, give them wisdom, protect their children. Just little prayers like that can mean a lot. You don't need long theological speeches, but just steady, sincere prayer. If you're working alongside a Muslim family, many of us do not assume prayer is unwelcome. In my experience, I've never had a Muslim family refuse prayer when offered respectfully and in the context of relationship. You can ask, may I pray for your family? And pray in a way that honors their dignity and honors their religion, their faith. Pray for peace, pray for protection, pray for stability. You are not there to argue theology or even to convert them. You're not there to embody compassion. You are there to embody compassion. Spiritual stability is not about debates. It's about reminding people that they are seen by God, that they are loved by God, that they are not forgotten. Their story matters. And even if prayer is not part of a visit, your posture itself can reflect something spiritual. A posture of patience, of calmness, of respect, of gentleness. Sometimes the most spiritual thing you can do is simply listen. And emotional exhaustion is real, and you can almost always anticipate that there's some reality of that going into the homes. And families carry trauma from war, from persecution, from displacement, and the uncertainty. And sometimes they will express sadness or anger or discouragement. And you do not need to fix it. Presence often heals more than solutions. When someone says we feel alone, the answer is not always advice. Sometimes the answer is you're not alone anymore, period. And then you keep showing up. This is slow work. This is God's work. This is the consistency, but slow work builds strong roots. Remember, we are not rescuers. We are companions. We are not the saviors. We are just steady friends. Jesus himself practiced, I think, this kind of relational ministry. He ate with people. He sat in homes and he listened to stories. He withdrew when crowds became chaotic, maintaining his own emotional stability. He embodied calm in storms. He did not mirror panic, and that is our model. When fear grows loud, steady love becomes louder. When uncertainty increases, consistency becomes strength. When isolation deepens, friendship becomes medicine. Emotional and spiritual stability does not require extraordinary gifts. It requires ordinary faithfulness. Show up, share a meal, and pray when appropriate. Listen without amplifying fear. Keep your word, stay consistent. And over time, what you will see is this. The family's posture changes, their anxiety softens, their confidence grows, because resilience grows in relationship. And perhaps the most powerful truth of this entire little session here is this: people integrate best when they do not feel alone. They flourish and they thrive, that we want for everyone, no matter of their religious identity. We want that to happen. The greatest gift you can offer is not a program. It's your presence, and steady and calm. People thrive when they're connected and they feel that support. And that kind of love that's compassionate, consistent, lived out faithfully, truly does cast out fear. I'll say here one more thing, that sometimes it's challenging to schedule an appointment. Do realize that we are a very time event driven culture, or excuse me, yeah, time driven culture, and that we want to be over there at 6 o'clock to meet, such and such. We want to come visit you at a certain time. Many parts of the world, and a lot of times, particularly the parents, maybe who are less educated, who you're going to see, are event driven, and the ideas of like they may not be there when you show up. They may not be promptly on time expecting you. Don't let that communicate that they don't care. And I think my experience has been in traveling many cultures and being around the world and working with people from many parts of the world, is that it's okay to show up unannounced. I know in our culture that can be a bit insulting and inconvenient if we don't schedule a time that we're going over to someone's house, even in our family, at a certain time. But I have found that that's how that people welcome you in that, and they're used to that, because that is common in many parts of the world. It doesn't mean not to schedule time. It doesn't mean that we should avoid, planning and saying that we're going to come at a certain time, because they need to do that as they go to know that their work starts at a certain time, school starts at a certain time. But just to be mindful, that is important.